So, this brother right here is a complete fool. I want you to take the time and peep this right here.
Here in the city of Albany, and that leaves us with a little over 500 students that were here on this campus, and 19% of those students are labeled as homeless. We have a little over 250 jobs that'll be leaving the city of Albany. And while this is not the city of Albany government's fault, this is time for our local and state leadership to step up, because we'd be stupid to act powerless in this situation. Because while this school is still here, while this building is still here, while this campus is still here, what could this become? Could this become a Southwest Georgia regional hub for trade skills training? Could this become something major that the city brings on to start training workforce? Because if we're training workforce, then we can invite industry to come here. But if we don't have any workforce for industry, they'll never come. But if Dougherty County School System could train workforce in adults, why can't the city of Albany do the same thing? So my question to leadership is, are we going to allow this opportunity now to pass us by? Or are we going to lead? Are our leaders going to lead? And if they don't want to lead, they need to step aside and let somebody else do it.
Now, this dude just said that it is not the fault of Albany and that local and state leadership should stand up.
This is time for our local and state leadership to step up.
Now, what this idiot fails to understand is that Job Corps is fully funded by the federal government. And this is done through the Department of Labor. So those local and state leaders are not in a position to do anything but petition the government to not make those funding cuts. That's all they're in a position to do.
Because we'd be stupid to act powerless in this situation.
He said it would be stupid to act powerless in this situation. I mean, the only one acting stupid is you.
While this school is still here, while this building is still here, while this campus is still here, what could this become? Could this become a Southwest Georgia regional hub for trade skills training?
Yes, the school is still physically there, and the building is still physically there, but it is owned by the federal government. You would need to speak to the Department of Labor to address turning that building into a Southwest Georgia hub for trade school, whatever you're talking about. The city can't do anything but, once again, petition the federal government to make this happen. But he is right about one thing: to attract industry to come to the area, you do need a possible workforce that is in place. And losing Job Corps, it kind of hurts that type of opportunity. But right now, to throw this on to local leaders and local government, it deflects from the fact that the person this Negro needs to be talking to is this guy. Yes, this Negro, this guy, that guy. I mean, he even supported the Georgia voter suppression bill.
You're conservative, correct?
Yes, sir.
So please explain to me why this bill, why Republicans are pushing for a voter suppression bill.
Well, let me start off by saying you had me mistaken. I'm not a Republican. I do consider myself conservative.
No. Actually, I didn't say Republican. I said you're conservative.
Okay. With this particular bill, I don't consider voting my particular fight. I do consider voting an asset to us and maybe something we can use as a tactic to help. But as far as us pushing voting all the way out, like voting is going to be some systemic change for the black community, to me is not the way to go.
This guy right here is a new day fool and tomorrow's idiot. He said it's not his fight to vote and that we need to do for ourselves. But this is when his ignorance truly begins to blossom. He doesn't understand that we can't do for self if we don't have people in place that ensures our rights and opportunities are not only protected, but they are worked on to be better and to provide us with the opportunities that we should be getting and we continue to fight for. Cats like him, they say all this stuff, but they don't have a plan. They complain and talk about why we are here. These dudes act like they know so much, and they can never provide a solution. Not even a concept of a solution. But when you point that out, that's when the deflection kicks in. And when I say it kicks in big time. You know, calling us Democratic shills, a slave to the system, you know, the usual clapbacks. And one of them is that the Dems ain't doing nothing for us. There isn't enough time for me to go down the long list of legislation that has been put in place by Democrats that has made our lives better. And I'm not going to waste my time doing so to a person who willfully chooses to ignore the facts and who also lacks humility to admit when they have been conned. So, you're welcome to come on the show and we can chat about it.